Right, here we are, Dorset Day, June the 1st, and it's Sunday, and I am going to have a look at some churches. What do you mean, I hear you ask? Well, you know, sometimes they're just interesting, and also it takes you out into the middle of nowhere, which is a place that I love to be. Right, let's go and see for large vehicles. Come, this is like so worse than some of the green lanes I've been down. Look at that view. That'd be an ideal picnic spot if that was open. And see, this is what I mean. If I hadn't have planned to come and see this church, I wouldn't have been down this road and I wouldn't have seen it and admired this beauty. And no, I didn't know this road was like this, so I probably have driven down here at some point, but see the Friary. Oh, it's amazing out here. Oh, look at this, going into a nice little holloway. We've got so many great sunken lanes and holloways in Dorset. Only a little one, but that'll do. I love a good holloway. What have we got here? That Hillfield Friary. Private road. Anglers only. Wow, there's a lot going on around here. Watch out, this signal could be a bit slippery. Look at that building. Ah, there it is, hidden away. I think what I will do is I will turn round well, our first church on our stop is St Nicholas's. This is thought to be somewhere 12th, 13th century. It's what they call an ease church. Basically, it means that it's sort of like it was an offshoot of the one at Sidling St Nicholas, but it's for people that couldn't get to that church very easily, so they built this. I don't know too much about it, I'll be honest with you, but I just thought it's in a lovely location and a beautiful spot. Certainly seem to have picked a great day for it. There's some lovely countryside views as well. but there's no car park here, so quite difficult to visit if you wanted to visit. It's just lovely here, isn't it? You know, if you were gonna be led to rest, it's not a bad place to rest, is it? I'm just going to have a look inside. I will check this out, but I think there's some significance with that bit of Lord's Prayer on there. I think it's quite old and it was uncovered at some point. And also I believe that these friezes on the end of the pews may have come from Cernabus Priory. Again, I will do my research on that. Yeah, just beautiful and peaceful. All I can hear is just a little bit of wind blowing over something. The sheep. Well, that's church number 1. I'm going to try and do another 2. I was even going to do 3, but I don't know what I'll do time-wise. But what a beautiful, beautiful little Dorset country church. And I'll just quickly show you what I mean about the parking situation. So here's the gates. So there is a service a couple of weeks' time. There's where the twin is parked, and there is, unfortunately, I mean, if you were visiting by car, I did see a little pulling further down there, but it is tight, so there we are. Anyway, that's St Nicholas's Church. Right then, it's now to our next church. Intrigued with that place. Another thing I'll have to look up online. Wow. Well, he certainly wouldn't want to tow in a caravan and going round here. So, church number 2, St Mary's at Melbury Pub. What a great name. So, let's just turn this around, get a better view of this. So, the first thing you get is these big U's. Obviously, U's aren't unusual in a church, but this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big U's here. It's a beautiful location again, quiet. It's said the tower is sort of like disproportionate in size to the rest of the church, but I'll have a look at that in a moment. One thing I did notice was, I think it's quite modern, but just nice little details there, very nice. The thing that's significant with this church is the font. It's said that this was hewn from a Anglo-Saxon cross. So there's actually a bit of wording up there. About 11th century, and then it was hollowed out to make this font, so it would have been a large cross. Beautiful stained glass windows. And also, which is a bit unusual in the church, is actually there's an actual fire, an open fire, which I'm sure there would have been in obviously days gone by, but most times now in a church you will see proper central heating put in, but so I'm no expert, I'm no historian, but I wanted to just come out and have a look at a few of these today, more for the journey, but I just thought that I would share this with you. If you like it, that's great. If you don't, have a look at a different thing. Lovely. Oh, the other thing that is unique, that's what I remember now reading about this, is the oil lamps. Apparently there isn't any electric lights in here, so that would look, actually I don't think there's any electric in here. There's nothing I can see that would be electric. So yeah, you've got oil lamps. How amazing. And they've got a little mirror behind it. Yeah, oil lamps. I bet that looks incredible in a service. Say like a Christmas service, midnight mass, I don't know if they do that. Not that I'm a particularly religious person, but that would just look spectacular. So this is the sort of far extremity of the graveyard. Let's spin this round for you. And there we have St Mary's, Melbury Pub. I was reading somewhere that one of the graves is significant because it belonged to. It was a man that was murdered up on a ridgeway somewhere, and apparently he was carrying quite a bit of money with him, and there's some paranormal ghost story associated with him as well, but From what I read, it's a broken stone, and I don't think you can read the inscription, although somebody in there has deciphered all the inscriptions and written them down. But that may be for another day. But wow, what a incredible place. Another place that certainly wouldn't want to, you wouldn't mind being laid to rest in. It's almost like sandstone sort of they are. Probably why they weather. Okay, right, we'll get on to our next one. Well, the next one has got a little bit of credibility. No, not credibility, wrong word. An interesting fact, how about that? An interesting fact, but we'll wait until we get there. Let's get back on the twin and get cracking. So this is St Edward's Church, and apparently it's the only church that is dedicated to St Edward, and apparently it's the smallest church in Dorset, but some say it's the smallest in England. But as you can see, there is a little bit of parking in this one, so you should be able to park a car there if there's nobody else here. So it almost looks as though you're going in somebody's garden here, but So it's no longer used for worship. Oh, it's a bit lighter in area than I thought it was going to be. Well, it's certainly a very basic little church. There is St. Edward, who is dedicated to. Wow. It certainly is small. So you've only got 4 of what I would describe as a traditional pew, and then the rest is wooden chairs, which comes, I think they've seen some bums in their time. Wow. Well, this church is dominated by this enormous yew in the churchyard. Well, churchyard, there is only 4 headstones. Lovely bell tower up there. I don't know how the house came to be so close, but stone roof. Well, that was a little treat. It is so beautiful and peaceful, as the rest of them have been. What a gorgeous, gorgeous little place.